Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Arrow Season 5. Now this is going to be my trailer breakdown for episode 17, otherwise entitled Kapiushon. But before we get into anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
Confess your secret, Oliver, and all this ends. I'm gonna kill you. You infect every life you touch, even your son. Go to hell. I've already been there, Oliver. What do you want from me?
So yeah, this episode looks like it is going to be very well contained within this area that both Oliver and Prometheus are in throughout the trailer. As I said, this episode is entitled Kapiushon, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's actually Russian for hood, as in what Ollie went by as the vigilante earlier on in the show's run. At the end of last episode, we obviously saw Ollie get captured by both Prometheus and Talia al Ghul, who was very surprising to find out they were working together, and he is taken to the area we see throughout the trailer to be physically tortured, as well as mentally tortured, you would have to think. Before we break down the actual stuff within the trailer though, we will go over the synopsis quickly. It's really short, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. But before we do that, if you do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like on it just to show your support for all the Arrow videos. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're looking forward to most within this episode. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Prometheus goes to great lengths to break Oliver. Meanwhile, in the flashbacks, Anatoly becomes worried about Oliver's increasingly violent tendencies. Just quickly on something that's in the synopsis. As I said, the title of the episode, Kapiushon, does translate to hood, which could be referencing the flashbacks saying they are in Russia. This could be the episode in which Oliver, mentally at least, becomes the hood we saw in season 1. While also referencing to events in the present day as well, which will be between Prometheus and Oliver. So the trailer starts off with us seeing Ollie laid out flat on the floor, most likely due to exhaustion, due to being, tortured by Prometheus. But it is what happens next which really sets out what Prometheus is trying to achieve at this current moment, you would have to think. Prometheus wants Ollie to confess his secret, and all of this will end everything that's happening. The easiest thing here you would think to predict is that the secret Prometheus wants Ollie to confess is about him being Green Arrow to the public. Stand out there, say, I'm Green Arrow, and because Ollie has basically tarnished the Green Arrow's reputation over the past couple of episodes by making him public enemy number 1, and even last episode saying, shoot on sight, he'd be arrested straight away if he came out and said, I'm the Green Arrow. However, it wouldn't surprise me if Prometheus wants Ollie to confess something else, something he has suspicions on, but wants to hear the words come out of Ollie's mouth. It's hard to predict. As I said, the easiest one to predict is, Ollie confessing to the public that he is Green Arrow, but there could be some other secret that, Prometheus really wants to know. You do see Ollie charge at Prometheus. Unfortunately, he is sort of chained up to the floor, so he doesn't get too far. But you can see on his right side and our left side that he has a pretty nasty wound. It looks like a wound from an arrow. Now we do see at the end of the trailer that Prometheus pulls back an arrow, getting ready to fire it. This is most likely going straight into Ollie's chest, and going by the wound, he pulls it straight back out again. So that's pretty damn brutal and part of the physical torture. On the walls of the cell that Ollie is being kept in, you can see pictures of various people stuck up on the walls. It is pretty hard to make out who they are though, or who they could be, as they don't really go too close to them at any point in the trailer. Prometheus does go on to say in the trailer though, you affect every life you touch, which has sort of been an ongoing theme for Ollie, not only in this season, but essentially the entire series of Arrow as a whole since the beginning. It has been pointed out by many characters over the seasons that ever since Ollie returned from the island, Ollie has brought his darkness and despair to the city of Star City, and in turn affected many people's lives that he cares about. Prometheus even brings up his son, William, who, as we know, Ollie was sort of advised to stay out of his life, keep away, but he pushed and pushed to meet him and get involved, and all that really did was put William and his mother on the hit list for last season's villain, Damien Dark, with some help from Malcolm Mellon, of course, and then William and his mother had to move away. So they had to leave everything they'd built up in their lives because of a simple action from Oliver, which he didn't actually necessarily have to do. Due to these lines from Prometheus, you would have to think that all the people stuck up around the cell are those affected by Ollie's actions. Possibly not directly, but due to his actions, other things have occurred which affected them heavily. Possibly killing them, or drove them to do crazy things, or just put them, in a very bad situation. But basically, this episode is all about Ollie coming clean and telling the truth. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens between Prometheus and Ollie, whether Ollie keeps it all in, or he actually opens up and he's like, you know what, I'm going to explain and, reveal everything that needs to be revealed. And yeah, I'm actually very much looking forward to this episode. You don't see anything in the trailer or anything in the synopsis that hints at this, but where is the rest of Team Arrow? Is it just going to be Ollie and Prometheus in the current day in this episode, and then we go to the flashbacks for, every now and then whenever they go there? You would have to think we do see some Team Arrow, but you think it would mostly be Prometheus and Ollie in this episode, and the Team Arrow stuff would basically just be them trying to find out where he is being kept. Someone actually did bring up a very good point in my review in the comments. Didn't like a couple of episodes they put a tracker in Ollie's boot, so between that episode and this episode they just got rid of it. So I don't know, strange. It's an inconsistency in a lot of these shows. They have trackers and the trackers just somehow just disappear from the suits or wherever they're kept, and whatever. But good point. Maybe they threw Ollie's boots away, who knows. And one last thing to bring up, because I won't bring it up in my reviews or anything for Arrow, so I thought I'd do it in this video while it's fresh and a lot of people are doing it. There's been a lot of comparisons between what's happening on Arrow at the moment to the movie Dark Knight, or The Dark Knight Rises, might I say. So obviously, if you remember in that movie, Bane is in the movie for a long time. Everyone thinks Bane is the big villain. But then you find out that Talia al Ghul has been parading around to someone else, and is revealed as the actual villain for the movie. So, as I said in my review yesterday, that's what I think is happening on Arrow. Without actually comparing The Dark Knight Rises, that didn't even pop into my head until people started bringing it up in the comments section. But what I was saying in my review, if you did watch it or if you haven't watched it, I was saying it looks like Talia is actually the big bad for this season, and she's been using Prometheus because he was a student of hers to go around and cause all this mayhem in Star City, so then she can just waltz in, not necessarily at the last minute, but when she feels it's the right time to come in and, start torturing Oliver as well. So there are some comparisons there. There's also some comparisons about Prometheus sort of being like the villains on The Flash, keeping them masked. It's a big mystery. Oh my god, it's someone that was within Oliver's circle and stuff like that, or in the circle of the main character, if you know what I mean. But I think it works. It's entertaining. It's not like it was blatantly copying. Otherwise, I think everyone would be like, okay, that's copying this thing. But I don't know. I'm fine with it. If it was bad and they were copying, I was like, how did you stuff that up? You're copying something, but it's actually really entertaining and really fun to watch. So I don't mind that there's some not stealing, but inspiration from another source to use in this season. I think it's fun. And I think it's working out pretty damn well. But thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like on it just to show your support for the channel and the Arrow videos. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of all of this. Who do you think the people on the wall are? Could you pick out anyone? Could you recognize anyone? Let me know in the comments. And can you see the comparisons between what's happening on Arrow this season and The Dark Knight Rises? Just leave all those opinions in the comments section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.